Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what I do to make my curls look a little bit more cohesive in their curl pattern. This is kind of like what I like to do, but I need to say a few things before we get started. One, it's normal to have different curl patterns in your hair. It doesn't always necessarily mean something's wrong. For me, the reason why I get different lengths in my hair is because of the layers that I have. So I have only face framing layers. So I only have layers here, and pretty much the rest of my hair is kind of like I have like a little shelf here. So then that means that underneath is really long. I'm sharing with you guys how I normally do my hair when I want it to look really cohesive, how I get these longer layers under here to have some definition, but I still have definition up at the top. So this is how I like to wear my hair. Hopefully there's some tips that you can grab from this video and maybe incorporate them into your routine and how your hair likes to lay. You first need to know though is figure out how your hair naturally will dry and where your natural textures are, and then you're going to manipulate those ones. But I really want to stress that it's not a big deal if you have different hair types, different hair textures, curl patterns in your hair. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But for this video, I want to thank Zarina for the idea. I asked you guys just to vent your hair problems over on Instagram a while ago, and she told me that one of her hair issues is the different types of patterns that she has in her hair, and I know it's something that a lot of us can relate to, so I wanted to make a designated video for that topic specifically, but please do not harp on the different types of textures that you have in your hair. This is going to come down really to the individual, but hopefully you guys can maybe just take my tips and adjust them to your hair type and your pattern. So for my hair type, really what the issue is for me is this top part of my hair. I have a lot of definition, but in the back it's become wavy. And that's really because I have layers here that frame my face. So here is where it is a little bit, the curl pattern is a little bit better or curlier. But since down here is my longest layers, it has just gotten a lot longer. What I do for those wavy parts, I don't do this in every wash and go though, but I do it when I want my hair to look really, really good. So what I do is I'm going to section out the longer pieces. Here it's a little bit more layered, so I'm going to save that part for last. But I get this bottom part of my hair first. So the area of your hair that you want maybe to elongate it a little bit more. So I'm going to first detangle it. So for this area, what I want to do is actually, I want to elongate these curls because I don't want them to shrink up, because I actually want length. I want my hair to appear even longer than it is. So I'm going to share with you guys how I do that. So in order to do that, I actually do not use my Denman brush back here, because a Denman brush will give you shrinkage. It will define your curls, and back here I don't really want that. So I'm taking my styler. I am using the Lotta Body Moisturize Me Hair Milk. So I'm putting that back here first, applying that back here. Especially these pieces that are short, they will shrink up so much, and I don't want that. I want them to be as long as possible. So I'm brushing my hands. Okay. So after I've applied the product, I'll probably go in again with my brush to make sure the product is all through. And what I do back here is I will actually just 2-strand twist my hair back here. And that is just so that I will get the length back here and that my hair won't shrink up as much. So I'm going to just do a very easy 2-strand twist back here. And then I make sure that the ends are curled, because then it'll curl with the rest of my hair. So that is what I do for the bottom section of my hair. So now we are going to move upwards. So the rest of my hair here in the middle of my head, in this area, it's not too hard to try to just get it to blend. Really what I want to do here is really just section. I section usually pretty much smaller right here in the middle of my head so that the curls are even more defined. If you do smaller sections, you'll get more definition when you're styling. So, going to detangle first. So I'm going to apply my styler, and you want to apply your products to soaking wet hair. Like, it's a must if you want definition. So applying the products through. Now I've seen a lot of people do different techniques with using their Denman brush, like they will finger coil and stuff using the Denman brush. So I don't really find that that's even necessary. For me, I'm still able to get definition with my Denman brush just using it regular, so it's up to the individual. But what I do here is I will section it again in even smaller sections to make sure that the curls are really defined. So I'm brushing it through, and as you guys can see, it's already curling up my hair, and that's exactly what I want. So I'll scrunch this section and make sure to get the roots, lift the roots so that the roots have some definition. And then I'll grab another section and make sure that it's thoroughly brushed out, and then scrunch. And here. Now doing this is what really gives my hair the overall appearance that it's all really curly, and making sure that my hair, that these longer pieces will coil up as much as the ones in the front do. So scrunching and my Denman brush is like really major key. So section. Now here, I'm not even going to lie, my ends are more damaged here in the front. So if you experience that, sometimes the difference in hair texture could be natural, but it also could be from damage. So I'm going to share with you guys how I kind of blend that into my hair so that it looks a little bit more cohesive. My curl pattern looks a lot better. So I'm really smoothing the hair down with my hands, and then I'm taking my Denman brush to really make sure everything is smooth, really, really smooth. But what I will do is I will take my hands and run my hands through the ends so that the ends are really clumped. You can kind of twirl them. I do that sometimes. But I really make sure that the ends, I run my hands through like this, that the ends are really sealed up, because that's where I get some damage. So sometimes those ends look frizzier, especially compared to the rest. And then we're going to scrunch. So here you can, here you can definitely do some things like the shingling method. If you want to break apart the curls so you get even more curls, you can do that here so that they're not so clumped together. You can kind of like break them up a little bit if you like. But normally I don't. I usually break my hair up when it's dry. Okay. I really like the way that it comes out when I do this. It really just guarantees a really good solid wash and go for me with the twisted, chunky curl thingy back there. I'm going to finish this side. Okay, so I've done all of my hair. This is what my hair looks like. I have my two strand twists, and if you are new here, I really only air dry my hair, so we are only going to air dry per usual. And I will come back to you guys when my hair is all finished. I'm gonna stand up and back up so you guys can see what this looks like. This is how I do it. And then if you guys can see, these curls are already looking really good. First off, I wanted to come back on camera with like my makeup done and look all cute, but I kind of developed like a little rash over here, so I don't want to put makeup on. And regarding my hair, it's not as good as I normally can get it, but that's because I decided to get in the water, and a little bit of my hair got wet in the water. So but I am going to share with you guys kind of like what I do from here now that it's all air dried. I still have my little twists down here. I would not take these out till my hair is completely air dried, so it is mostly air dried. So I'm just going to unravel it, this like mini little twist out that I got underneath here. This will help stretch out my hair down here. But the thing is, the ends are curly still, so it still really blends in really well with my hair. If you guys can see, it looks really good still underneath here. The hair looks good, and that's what I want. So let me take out this side. I am going to break up my curls using my hands, and this gives me more volume. And it kind of, I like doing that because I don't like the chunky curls. I like my curls to be spread out, and doing this will give you way more volume too. So if you like volume, you want to break up the curls, but doing this, I like doing it this way because I get more definition this way versus doing it while I'm styling. So I normally get like, yeah, I usually get big clumps in the back, so I'm going to take those. So even if you guys can see in here, these longer layers still have a lot of definition, and that is what I like. That's what I am aiming for with this wash and go, to try to gain that cohesiveness in my hair, to kind of just make the curls a little bit more uniform. So it's good to know, if you do know kind of how your hair naturally air dries and what sections of your hair, what they look like, so that you can manipulate them to the way you want them to look. I'm going to kind of just pick it out a little bit at the top up here. I really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And if you guys have any more video requests, do not hesitate and be sure to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.